station of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are LA.
It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball this afternoon from Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Angels get ready to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi, everybody. This is Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Jose, the first of 5 matchups between the Angels and the Dodgers in exhibition play. 6 games for the Freeway Series in the regular season. It'll be nice to see how things play out today. One thing we saw yesterday here was Angel offense.
A lot of it all throughout the spring. The Angels have been banging on the ball and just really paying attention to a couple of little things. Number one is everybody's contributing. Number 2 is they're swinging at strikes, and the table setters, we've talked about them. They are in a flow right now. The guys in the middle have been particularly very clutch and, yes, very patient. Sometimes they're drawn to walks and building off of those walks. And also the guys in the bottom of the lineup. It's been nice to see how they work into this whole flow offensively. For the Angels, what a spring with the bats. 343, 7.3 runs average per game. And, of course, can't forget about the big guy who's hitting 545, Albert Pujols. Eyebrow at the top, and Howie Kendrick, not only his average here, but very impressive running the bases.
Mark Trumbo had a big day for the Angels yesterday. In fact, he's homered in back-to-back games. Vernon Wells had a big day, a home run, 5 RBIs for the Angels yesterday in the exhibition win.
I think we're seeing the residual of their hard work and the payoff of that hard work by Mark Trumbo. Impressive. Every time he swung the bat so far this spring, he has squared the baseball. Nothing new. Hitting long home runs, but he's working counts a little bit better, and he feels good with that right foot coming out for that injury. And for Vernon Wells, a rebirth. He already has 7 RBIs this spring. He had 5 yesterday. He had 6 all of last spring training for the Angels. You can see that comfort level for him, Terry, is right where it needs to be at this point.
Well, Vernon Wells worked hard in the offseason to get that stroke back. So far, so good for the Angels left fielder. Today, we'll see Jared Weaver on the hill. The Angel ace will get the baseball.
And we talk about runs. One thing we like to see throughout the regular season, even today, why not continue that offensive flow so Jared Weaver and the rest of the starters can build off of that and have less pressure on the mound. We look for him to implement maybe 1 pitches today, up to 45 or 50 pitches, hopefully 3 innings out of him to just continue that nice flow he's had. And it's just a follow-up to a more mature pitcher, and a guy that became a superstar last year, taking it to the next level.
So the Cy Young runner-up for the Angels in the American League gets the baseball today against the Dodgers. Speaking of pitching, Jose, a couple of big parts of the Angels bullpen, Scott Downs and also the reliever Jordan Walden. And you had a chance to speak with Mike Butcher, the Angels pitching coach, about both of them.
What makes Scott Downs as efficient as he is for you guys against righties or lefties, long or short?
He's a strike thrower with great stuff. I mean, it's just he has tremendous command. He can sink a ball underneath of the left-hander swing. He can get in on a right-handed hitter. He's got the ability to spin a breaking ball in any count for a strike. He's fearless on the mound, and he knows what he can do. He doesn't try to do anything, try to do too much. He stays within himself, knows how to pitch, and just moves the ball around. He's crafty. Very good knowledge of the league and understands the hitters and his situations that he's pitching in.
Overall, the mentality of the Angels bullpen through the years, they have had a lot of success. What is it that drives these guys to be so efficient in later innings?
Well, the will to win, number one. But, we've always been set up as a 7th, 8th, 9th inning bullpen, really. And those kind of change. It just depends what kind of arms you have back there and what you're developing throughout your system. But, I think we're putting ourselves in a situation this year where we can do those things. But I think what drives them is, knowing that they want to be the best bullpen in the game. And they're going to go out there and they're going to prove it. They're very close already this spring with the new additions as well. Our bullpen's going to be very close this year. I feel very strong about our bullpen. The biggest thing is our guys staying healthy the whole year. But, they're very focused on what they need to do, and they're very routine-oriented. They're all professionals, and it's going to be an exciting season for the Angels this year.
A deeper bullpen with Troy Hawkins, also with Jason Isringhausen, who was just maybe a couple of days away from pitching in these games here in exhibition season, Terry.
Well, as far as some other news as we get ready for Angels spring training baseball, Mike Trout getting closer to getting in the lineup for the Angels. So is Kendrys Morales, each a couple of days away. We'll have the lineups. The start of today's game, the Angels and the Dodgers from Tempe on Fox Sports West.
We're back at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Jose Mota and Terry Smith on the Angels Baseball Network and also on Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Another beautiful day here in Tempe. Some Cactus League action. Angels are right now with a 5-3 record. The Dodgers at 5-1. The Dodgers have also tied a couple of games here in the early going. The lineups for the visiting LA Dodgers managed by Don Mattingly. D. Gordon is leading off. Speedster shortstop. Former Angel Adam Kennedy will be at second base. Matt Kemp, the superstar center fielder, is batting third. Andre Ether's been swinging the bat pretty good this spring. He is in right field batting fourth. Former Angel Juan Rivera. Juan Rivera is in left field batting fifth. Jerry Hairston is a new sign by the Dodgers as a free agent. He's playing third base and batting sixth. Corey Sullivan is a designated hitter, batting seventh. Catcher A.J. Ellis, supposed to be the #1 catcher for the Dodgers, is batting eighth. And Josh Fields is at first base. He's batting ninth. With the Angels now on the field as Jared Weaver gets ready. Mike Scioscia with his lineup this afternoon. Angels come in hitting .343 as a team. Eric Ibar is leading off at shortstop. Howie Kendrick is at second base. The All-Star is batting second. Albert Pujols is off to a good start. 6 for 11 so far for Pujols. He is at first base batting third. Torrey Hunter has been hot with a bat. He is in right field batting fourth. Vernon Wells, talk about being hot. Wells 5 RBIs yesterday. He's in left field batting fifth. Bobby Abreu had a birthday yesterday. He is batting sixth as the Angels designated hitter. Mark Trumbo in 2 games already, 2 home runs, is at third base again batting seventh. Chris Iannetta already with a home run this spring as the Angels catcher. Came over from Colorado for Tyler Chatwood in a trade this winter. Iannetta behind the plate batting eighth. And Peter Borges is in center field. He is batting ninth.
The umpires for this ball game, we have a 4-man crew. Dale Scott will be calling balls and strikes. We'll have Dana DeMuth, Jim Reynolds, and Rob Drake on the bases. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of Angels Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball.
And for Harang and for Jared Weaver, Dale Scott behind the plate will make it a better day. He calls the strikes.
So Weaver, glad to hear that, ready to go. And here's the first pitch today. It's a bunt on the third base side. Trumbo charges, Fields throws. It's a little bit late. Well, Mark did everything he could right there, but a speedy runner going to first base, and D. Gordon has a bunt single to start off the ball game.
Oh, this man can fly right here. The most impressive part of this bunt is how much he was able to deaden that ball. It's not one of those bunts that really roll. I mean, that ball hit that grass area and it died. And you're right, there's not much you can do about those.
So a runner on at first base. D. Gordon, good speed, big lead over there. The batter is Adam Kennedy, the former Angel. And Weaver bluffing the base runner over at first, D. Gordon. 73 degrees at game time today here in the Valley. Middle part of the Angels infield at double play depth. Trumbo is playing in on the third base side. Toss over to first base. Gordon diving back to the bag.
It's one area, Terry, where we have seen the improvement from Jared Weaver in controlling the running game. I mean, he really took a leap last year in holding some of these guys back.
He allowed only 10 stolen bases last year, and he has a good pickoff move for a right-hander. Weaver taking time, delivers. Kennedy takes that pitch high for a ball. Adam Kennedy hitting .300 this spring for the Dodgers, 3 for 10, a couple of RBIs. He was with Seattle last year, hit .234. Adam is now 36 years old. Runner goes, the pitch is a strike, throw to second, and safe at second base is D. Gordon. So a stolen base, and the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position with the count even on Kennedy. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Once again, what else could Iannetta do? D. Gordon stole 24 bases in 56 games at the big league level last year. Pure speed.
Waiting on deck for the Dodgers, Matt Kemp, coming off his stellar year a year ago for the Dodgers. Kennedy, who's batting, signed a 1-year deal with the Dodgers this offseason. The pitch, he takes that one low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Will forever be engraved in the Angels fans' memories. His 3 home runs in the American League Championship Series in 2002 against the Twins.
He's bounced around a bit in recent years. The Dodgers' 5th team in the last 5 years. There's a pickoff toss to second. Creeping in was Ibar. Diving back safely goes Gordon. Angels have the red tops, white pants. Dodgers with the blue tops, traveling gray pants. Two balls, 1 strike to count. And Weaver again bluffing a move to second base.
Well, it's a good time, first of all, because it is spring training. Second of all, because you have the perfect guy to be making you think about the running game with D. Gordon at second.
Next pitch, grounded on the right side. It's right at the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. His throw to first is in time. Gordon moves to third. So the Dodgers have a runner there with 1 out for Matt Kemp.
And Adam Kennedy can only show Mike Scioscia why he was so appreciated around here, just by doing that, being a good team player. As he gets back to the dugout, it's like he just drove in a run by playing a good, solid, fundamental baseball.
So here's Kemp getting ready to bat. .324 batting average last year. 39 homers, 126 runs batted in. He's 27 years old. He also had 40 stolen bases. He came within a home run of being a 40-40 man last season. He's already said this year he'd like to be a 50-50 player. The pitch, that one is low. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
He's got the talent to do it. The only thing that is going to hurt him is that home ballpark. But can he do it? You better believe it.
There has never been a 50-50 player in Major League Baseball. 50 homers, 50 stolen bases in the same season. The pitch, that is high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Here's one of those things that you incorporate and implement early in spring training just to get some work. Infield in. First inning. Matt Kemp is up. You're giving him more ground to hit through, but these are things you need to work on here in spring.
2-0. That's a little bit low and outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Andre Ethier waiting on deck.
It's pretty obvious. The more ground you give in the infield, the more holes, obviously. And with a guy that's hitting, by getting on base, those represents a threat to you.
The 3-0 pitch. He takes it low and inside, ball 4. So Weaver did not throw a strike to Kemp. That puts runners at the corners. A double play could get him out of trouble here if he can get Ethier to hit something on the ground, one of those infielders. Ethier's having a very good spring. He's had 8 at-bats with 5 hits, so he's hitting .625. He's had a home run. He's driven in 4 runs.
And who knows, Terry, how much better his year would have been had he not gotten injured taking early batting practice, because he got off to a torrid start.
He ended up having right knee surgery. The pitch, that one is low and inside on him. He's been bothered by a little bit of back stiffness this spring. 1 ball, no strikes. Ethier hit .292 last year for the Dodgers. 11 homers, 62 runs batted in. Had a 30-game hitting streak to begin last season. Weaver bluffing a pickoff toss. Jared might be working at a little slower pace than he would like here in this first inning, and that's because Dee Gordon has been creating a few things on the bases for the Dodgers. Been a distraction. Here's the next delivery. That one's lined into left field. Chasing after it is Wells, but he's not going to be able to get to it. It drops in. They'll score a run. Ethier is going to second. He'll have a double, and runners at second and third. It's 1-0 Dodgers.
Well, that's the Andre Ethier that the Dodgers hope to get back in 2012. The guy that's not always looking to pull the ball, but using the whole field and hitting the ball with some authority. A very quiet approach. He really let that ball travel deep in the zone and struck it very well.
So the Dodgers strike here in the first inning. The Angels have been scoring a lot of first inning runs. We'll see what they do in the bottom of the inning. And here is Juan Rivera, the former Angel.
The key is back.
Yep. He re-signed with the Dodgers during the offseason. It's been off to a little bit of a slow start this spring. Only 2 hits, but they've both been home runs. He's 2 for 13, hitting .154. The first pitch misses for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Another defensive look here for the Angels. Halfway on the infield.
Here's the next pitch. That one is hit on the first base side. A fair ball over the bag and down the right side it rolls. It'll easily score 2 runs. Rivera goes into second base, and he will stop there with an opposite field 2-run double, and now it's 3-0 Dodgers.
Well, Juan Rivera, who usually does not hit the ball the other way a whole lot, just stayed close with the front shoulder and was able to slap the ball with some pop down that first base line. Infield in. Good hitting approach with men in scoring position. Looking away and going away.
So the Dodgers bats are hot here in the first inning against Weaver. Jared has faced 5 batters. 4 of them have reached base safely. 3 with hits, walk in the inning as well. And now here's Jerry Hairston. He signed with the Dodgers in the offseason. He played for Washington and Milwaukee last year. Hit .270. Chris Iannetta goes out to the mound to have a word with Jared Weaver. The Dodgers have had a good spring. They've lost only 1 of 8 games this spring. They have a record of 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties. The Angels are 5-3 after 8 Cactus League games. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside. Weaver in his first start for the Angels, which was last Wednesday against Seattle. He tossed a couple of scoreless innings. But he's given up 3 runs here in the first inning today. The pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. The Dodgers are Jerry Hairston Jr.'s 9th big league club. so he's moved around a bit in his major league career. And the pitch, that's on the outside part of the plate, a called strike, 1-2.
He became a key piece for Ron Renicky in his nice run in the NL Central last year when he came over from the Nationals in the division series against Arizona with 375, and the NLCS against St. Louis at 391.
The guy who can play a lot of positions for you, outfield and infield. The next pitch, he pops that one foul on the right side, backing out of play.
Great baseball bloodlines from Grandpa Sam Hairston, father Jerry Hairston Sr., his brother Scott with the Mets. He suffered an injury a few days ago. And Jerry Jr. has also gotten some World Series experience as a Yankee.
1 ball, 2 strikes. First inning, 3-0 Dodgers. 1 out, runner at second. The pitch popped foul on the right side, out of play. Hairston has played for the Orioles, the Cubs, the Rangers, the Reds, the Yankees, the Padres, the Nationals, the Brewers, and now he's with the Dodgers. He signed a 2-year deal with the Dodgers during the offseason.
You recall before Brian Roberts, he was supposed to be the everyday second baseman for years there in Baltimore.
Right.
Many injuries suffered.
Next pitch, it's popped back foul behind the plate. So Hairston is battling with 2 strikes. Corey Sullivan, a non-roster player with major league experience, waiting on deck. He's DHing for the Dodgers today. Around the infield, the Angels have Pujols playing first. Kendrick is the second baseman. Trumbo at third base with Ibar at short. Outfield, Vernon Wells in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter in right. Iannetta is catching. Abreu the DH, and Weaver on the hill. 1-2 pitch. That's high. 2-2. Jared Weaver last year went 18-8. Career best in wins. And also ERA. His ERA was 2.41. He also had a career best in innings pitched, and that one is shot line just foul on the left side. That would have been another run, and that ball was very tight to the line down the left side, but foul.
If you look at all the swings the Dodgers have taken, everybody is expecting to get something to hit. I mean, Weaver's known for a guy that doesn't throw a lot over the middle of the plate, but right now he is trying to get a feel for a better location here. Let's not forget, only his second start this spring, but he's been missing a lot on the white middle part of the plate.
And his pitch count here in the first inning is mounting. He's retired just 1 batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, that's high, and the count full.
As you were talking about, a sensational year last year, a 2.41 ERA, career best, but also his whip was 1.01. Here's a guy that did not see a lot of base runners on the average per start last year.
Full count, 3-2 pitch. It's fouled back again. What a battle going on right now between Hairston and Weaver.
There's another swing. The guys are not, that was not a 2-strike swing, by the way.
Jose, you mentioned that stat whip for our listeners and viewers who are not familiar with that statistic. Why don't you fill them in?
Get used to it, because it's going to be used a lot now throughout baseball. Walks and hits per innings pitched. A good whip is about 1.25. Just consider Weaver was at 1.01. This gives you an idea on the runners, on the average that he saw per inning. And it's a combination again, walks and hits per innings pitched. So there's some innings, obviously he saw 3 base runners. There's some innings, consecutive innings, he didn't see anybody.
So the count is full as Hairston continues to foul pitches off here against Jarrett. He is really making him work. Again, the 3-2, and that is low and inside, and after all that, a 1-out walk and 2 runners on base.
Another indication that Weaver has been scuffling a little bit here with his command. He walked 56 batters in 235 2/3 innings. He's walked 2 here. And you can see he's not all too pleased with what he's going through right there mechanically.
So that's going to get Mike Butcher out to the mound. Fans, don't forget you can follow the Angels with MLB.com @BAT12 for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Get spring training scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Angels.com for details. So the meeting is over, and at the plate is Corey Sullivan. Sullivan trying to win a spot on the Dodgers opening day roster as a non-roster player. Is having a nice spring. 6 for 12 with a homer, 6 RBIs. The pitch, he takes that one for a called strike. Sullivan last year was in the Phillies organization and played in AAA last year, but ended up leaving his club in the first half of the season. The pitch, he cuts it that one and misses it for a strike.
That's the Weaver we know right there. It's one thing, he has not thrown a whole lot of those so far this inning. He's trying to establish his fastball command.
Sullivan swinging from the left side against Jared Weaver, and the next pitch, that one is a little bit inside on that 0-2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corey Sullivan has played for the Rockies, the Mets, and the Astros in the big leagues. Only 36 games for him in AAA last year. Jared ready, the 1-2. Lifted foul to our left, back it out of play. A.J. Ellis, the Dodgers catcher, waiting on deck. Weaver trying to get an out here. He's retired just 1 of the first 6, and the 1-2 pitch nipped the inside corner, struck him out looking.
If you're consistent, Dale Scott will give it to you. And there it was. He might have missed one before, but he's not going to miss twice. Excellent location, great repetition by Weaver and Iannetta.
So Weaver gets his first strikeout today. Jared last season with the Angels had just under 200 strikeouts. Finished up the season with 198. He's ready. Here's the pitch on Ellis. That's in there for a called strike. The Dodger catching situation right now, they figure to break camp with 2 catchers, and it looks like it'll be A.J. Ellis and also Matt Trainer. 0-1 the count on Ellis, who's 3 for 8 this spring, and he takes that pitch for a strike. Ellis could very well be their #1 catcher, and Jose, he's never played even 50 games in a major league season.
It's one of the biggest questions for them.
Played in 31 games for the Dodgers last year when they had Rod Barajas. There's a pitch, it's high. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Barajas moved down to the Pittsburgh Pirates, who signed him fairly early in the wintertime as a free agent.
Infield back with 2 outs, 3 runs on the board in the first, and the next pitch, that one is low and away. 2-2 the count when the Angels step up in the bottom of the first inning. Ibar, Kendrick, Pujols against Harang. Weaver has thrown 34 pitches here in this first inning, and the 2-2. It's grounded to short, gobbled up there by Ibar, flips to Kendrick, and they'll force out Hairston. The inning is over on the 6-4 fielder's choice. But it took a while for Jared Weaver to get out of the trouble here in the first inning. They do get 3 runs against him, and they did it with 3 hits, also a pair of walks, no errors, and a couple of runners left on base. We've completed a half inning. It's the Dodgers 3, the Angels coming to bat on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Eric Ibar will lead it off for the Angels, who trail 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Eric has been off to a very good start with the bat here in the Cactus League, and he looks the first pitch over. That one's a little bit low. Ibar 8 hits and 15 times up. That's a .533 batting average. A switch hitting Angel shortstop who won a Gold Glove last year at short in the American League. 1-0 pitch. Right in there for a strike from Aaron Harang. Harang hails from San Diego. He pitched at San Diego State, and he pitched for the Padres last year. But he was a free agent after last season, signed with the Dodgers. And here's his next pitch. That one is low and inside.
Harang has had his share of injuries, from his feet to his elbows to his shoulder. In fact, he has not made 30 starts or more since 2008. He knows how to pitch.
Next delivery, and that one is low and in. So it's 3-1.
Still remember when we saw Harang when he first came up with the Oakland Athletics.
Right.
Hard thrower.
He's ready for the 3-1 pitch. Here it comes on Eric. And he takes that one for a strike. Even though Harang went 14-7 last year, a very good record, he is 32-45 the last 4 years. The 3-2 pitch, chopped on the first base side, right at Fields, who's playing there, and he will easily beat Ibar to the bag. It was hit right near the first base bag, and that's out number 1.
He's going to be around the plate. A career best 3.64 ERA last year in 28 starts. One impressive thing with Aaron Harang last year, Terry, is that the way he pitched against the Dodgers. And they really took notice of that. He was 2-0 with a 0.45 against LA.
Here's Howie Kendrick batting against them. First pitch right in there for a called strike.
Well, somebody said we got to go out and get this guy and put him in our ballpark because he's also pitched so well at Petco Park.
Yeah, of course, a good hitter's ballpark there in San Diego. 1 strike delivery on Kendrick. He grounds one on the first base side, a fair ball. That's going to roll into right field. Howie will make the turn but hold at first base with a 1-out hit. And Kendrick now has had 7 hits and 13 times up this spring. He's hitting over .500.
Hit man Howie. There he is doing what he does best, staying behind the ball and spraying it all over the field.
Albert Pujols gets ready to bat.
And I hope, Terry, we never get tired of saying this season. Base runners in front of Pujols early in the game.
And we've seen that a lot in the first inning of these Cactus League games. Here's the pitch on Albert. That's low and outside. The Angels have the top team batting average in spring training. 343, and the Angels are averaging the most runs a game in the spring training action as well. A little over 7 runs a game. 1 ball, no strikes on Pujols. The pitch. He drills one into right center field. Chasing after it is Gordon. Still chasing, and he makes a nice running catch.
Matt Kemp on his horse. Nothing new there. What a great jump.
Yeah, it was Kemp out there. You're right.
It seems like at one point it did cross his mind that he was going to have to dive for this play. But if you look at the wind and the way it's blowing across, the wind brought it back to him. So there's no need for a dive. But boy, those are some big steps right there from Matt Kemp.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to leave his feet, but he was stretched out and made the grab. Nice play. Toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Howie Kendrick. Torrey Hunter at the plate. Torrey this spring hitting .333. Here's the pitch, and that one is a strike on the outside corner. A little bit of a breeze right now. It's blowing from right to left. Another huge crowd today here in Tempe. And there goes the base runner. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second. That's high. And Howie has a stolen base. So Kendrick, who had 14 last season for the Angels, picks one up here, and now a base hit could mean a run.
That's one thing you can do on Aaron Harang. Tall pitcher, not a lot of movement. Nothing too fancy towards the plate. So that's a nice jump by Howie Kendrick.
He's stolen his first base this spring. Here's the pitch. That is a little low and outside. 1-2 on Torrey. Waiting on deck for the Angels is Vernon Wells, who had a big day yesterday. 5 RBI day. Harang is set. The pitch. That's low and outside. Good block there by Ellis. And then he fired to second base. Howie got back to the bag. Harang is making his second start this spring. And in his first start, he gave up 2 runs in 2 innings of work. Did not figure in the decision for the Dodgers. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Grounded on the right side. Looks like an out to end the inning. It's fielded there by Kennedy, and Adam Kennedy will throw out Torrey. That'll do it for the Angels here in the first inning. So a little bit of a threat, but no runs. In the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and in the inning, 1 runner left on base. We've completed 1 here in Tempe. The Dodgers have a 3-0 lead on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. We get ready to move to inning number 2. Fans, 2012 spring training is here. Start the Angels season now. Enjoy baseball in beautiful Tempe. Tell you how after the pitch, as that one is outside and low. You can get seats for just $10 here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Log on angels.com/spring or visit the Tempe Diablo Stadium box office to purchase your tickets today. Here's the next pitch, the 1-0 delivery from Weaver. That's a called strike on Josh Fields.
That's excellent location on that fastball. Hopefully this second time around, second inning, he'll have better feel for his fastball, better command. As he threw 35 pitches in that first inning.
Weaver faced 8 batters in the first inning, and there's one that's cut on and missed by Fields, and he is in the hole 1-2. Fields is having a good spring. He's another player who signed a minor league deal with the Dodgers. He was in AAA last year. He also played a little bit in Japan, and he takes one on the outside corner. Struck him out looking.
That's a Dale Scott we all know. He stay consistent and miss by little. you're going to get the corners.
D. Gordon will be the batter. Gordon has a single, stole a base, and he scored a first inning run. He dropped down a bunt on the third base side for his hit, his first time up, and he takes that one for a called strike.
And right now, Mark Trumbull at third base couldn't be playing any closer than he is.
He's way in, and the next delivery, that is a called strike. So all of a sudden, Weaver is zeroing in here in the second inning, way in front, 0-2.
And now with 2 strikes, Trumbull can afford to back up.
2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased a high one there, struck him out. So Weaver looking more like Weaver here in the second inning. 2 are gone. Adam Kennedy will be the batter.
That's that high fastball I was talking about earlier, when he is able to locate his pitches and he makes that hitter more aware of how good he is and how much he's painting, then he gives himself a little better margin to pitch upstairs.
First pitch on Adam Kennedy. He takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The next pitch. That one is low. 2-0 the count. And the 2-0 delivery. Kennedy lifts one foul on the left side. That's going to get back and out of play.
Still one of the toughest, grittiest player Mike Scioscia has had. And Adam Kennedy. Great clubhouse leader. Not afraid to call out anybody in that clubhouse if they're not hustling.
Next pitch, he lifts that one down the right side. That's a fair ball. It's going to drop in. Cutting it off is Torrey right by the foul line. Hustling up to second is Kennedy, and the throw a little bit late, and he has a 2-out double. Adam Kennedy aboard in scoring position now for Matt Kemp. And the Angels bat in the bottom of the second, trailing 3-0. The Angels will be sending up Vernon Wells, Bobby Abreu, and Mark Trumbo against Aaron Harang. Matt Kemp during the offseason signed a huge deal with the Dodgers, an 8-year contract. He pops this one up foul on the right side, backing out of play. 8-year, $160 million deal.
Yeah, like he said, he wanted to stay there regardless of the ownership situation and where that was. He proved to be a man of his word.
Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed.
A lot of times players will say they want to stay in a place for a long time, then the first offer is made. And then they say, well, if that's the value you're offering me right now, what if I go as a free agent? Not Matt Kemp's case. Well-deserved deal.
0-2 pitch. That one is high. He had career highs in home runs, 39, and runs batted in, 126. He led the majors in RBIs last year.
That subject, not forgetting about what Jared Weaver did with the Angels, also saying, I want to play here. And the Angels said, sure. Signed to a multi-year deal last season, during the season, Weave. Terry, and who knows how much he would have gotten in the open market as a premier pitcher.
Yep. Angels might have gotten a little hometown discount as Weaver wanted to remain in Southern California.
Yeah, not afraid to even say during his press conference, how much money do you need?
Next pitch. That one is outside, so the count runs full, 3-2. You're just tuning in or rejoining us on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. The Dodgers got 3 in the very first inning, and they have a 3-0 lead batting here in the second. 2 outs, runner at second base. Weaver is set the pitch, and he jammed him there. It's fouled back to our right, back and out of play.
Weaver has already surpassed the amount of pitches, and he's right around that margin where Mike Scioscia wants his starters second time out. He is at 51 pitches right now, and Mike Scioscia, Mike Butcher like to keep that figure around the 45-50. The second time out for the starters.
Angels have Takahashi, Jepson on the board today to work in relief. Some other pitchers from the minors as well. There's one that's popped foul on the right side, and that's going to get back and out of play a few rows back down the right side.
Torrey Hunter cannot find the ball. Still asking, somebody please help me out here. When you see Torrey Hunter not give you an effort on a ball like that, you know there's something wrong.
Not a cloud in the sky today. 3-2 the count. Another good battle going on here. And the payoff once again. That one is lined down the left side and just foul.
The same game, we've had 2 balls hit in that direction. Both foul by an inch, maybe even less.
Kemp cracked his bat on that one.
Like the one that Jerry Hairston previously hit down that line.
So the count stays full. Kemp getting that new bat ready for action. Matt Kemp was an all-star last year, the first time in his major league career. And you got to think there will be a few more when it's all said and done. A guy who is always in the lineup. He missed only 1 game last season. The 3-2 pitch. He reaches it one, fouls it off on the right side, out of play.
And he said his goal before this season is for 2012 to play every single game. And he said plus. You know the plus means he wants a trip to the playoffs.
Yep. If there's a knock against him, he does strike out a lot. He struck out 159 times last year. He's having a good 2-strike at bat here, though, really making Weaver work. And the 3-2 delivery. He grounds that one fair on the third base side, juggled slightly by Trumbo, and then he tried to get ready to throw to first base and drops the ball.
This will happen. I mean, this is a part of the growing pains with Mark Trumbo. It was a routine play, and he just couldn't get a handle earlier to make that throw and just get cut off, maybe even a little distracted by the runner.
So Mike Scioscia is going out to the mound, and Weaver will be leaving. He's pretty much exceeded the number of pitches the Angels had him targeted for here today. So we have a break in the action, a pitching change. When we get back, runners at first and third, 2 outs in the second. It's 3-0 Dodgers. The Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Back in Tempe, Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Our producer engineer is Darren Chan. The new pitcher is left-hander Andrew Taylor, who's up from minor league camp. Taylor last year pitched at AA Arkansas, where he started 19 games, worked 10 times in relief. His record a year ago was just 2-11 with a 5.14 ERA. He'll feature a fastball, has a good slider, and he'll throw a changeup. He has a reputation of being pretty tough against left-handed batters, and he'll face one here, a pretty good one in Andre Ethier. We'll see how it all plays out.
Well, Taylor's opportunity comes a little earlier than he thought it would, and here it is. Good chance to show the staff what he has.
He's set, and the first pitch. That's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Came right after him. That's one thing you want to see immediately. If Mike Butcher wants his young pitchers, Mike Socha wants his young pitchers to come into these games like this as they're exposed to big league hitters, and don't be shy of the strike zone.
Taylor was a 34th round pick of the Angels back in the June 2008 draft. Here's the pitch. The next one, that's fouled off by Ethier on the left side. It's going to get back and out of play.
He's made two good pitches, two fastballs that have tied up Andre Ethier.
Ethier has struggled against left-handers. Last year he hit only .220 against them. Over the past 2 seasons, hitting .227 against lefties. Infield back. Runners at first and third, 2 outs, 3-0 Dodgers in the second. Next delivery, that's lined into center field. Borges coming in hard, and he makes the catch as he kind of lunges forward and catches that one waist high to end the inning. So Taylor gets Ethier and keeps him off the board here in the second. No runs for the Dodgers. They had a hit, an error in the inning, and they leave 2 on. We're headed to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Vernon Wells will lead things off for the Angels, who trail 3-0. First pitch from Harang, a ball to count, 1 ball, no strikes. Wells, Abreu, and Trumbo the batters, and the next pitch grounded sharply right to the shortstop. Gordon has it. His throw is right on the money, and 1 quick out here in the Angels' second.
Vernon Wells continues to hit the ball hard, right on the money on that one, right at D. Gordon.
The Dodgers yesterday were in action against the Cubs, and they won their game 5-0. So they had very good pitching in that one. They had another shutout win last week, and that was against the Rangers, blanked them 9-0. Pitch on its way. That one is in there for a strike.
Well, the Angels led the American League in ERA collectively at 3.57. The Dodgers were 5th in the National League, and theirs was 3.54 last year.
There's
the Phillies leading the way with a 3.02.
Abreu just fouled one off on the left side, backing out of play. The Dodgers' record last season, 82 wins, 79 losses. But they finished up the 2011 season playing some good baseball. The final 2 months last year, they went 34-20. And in their last 73 games, they were 45-28.
A great September, 17-9.
Next pitch on Bobby, takes that one low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They will not have Hiroki Kuroda. He's moved on as a free agent now to the New York Yankees. Counting on a guy like Billingsley, Ted Lilly, Chris Capuano, Harang.
There's a 2-2 pitch, a fastball cut on and missed. Chasing that high fastball was Abreu, struck him out. So the Angels have the first 2 retired. First strikeout in the ball game for Aaron Harang.
Still has the ability to change your eye level. He struck out 124 batters in 2011 in 170 and 2/3 innings.
Here's Trumbo, who's had home runs the last 2 games right here in Tempe, and he takes that pitch for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Mark has had 6 at bats so far this spring, a couple of homers.
He could light this place up with the best.
Here's the next pitch. He takes that one high.
That's a dangerous pitch right there to Mark Trumbo, who's got a big zone, especially above the letters. There's a couple of times when there are pitchers trying to waste 0-2 pitches and have their catchers almost standing up, try to waste the fastball, and he got a hold of him, hit him out of the ballpark.
2-0 delivery. That's right in there for a called strike.
Particularly remember one of Glenn Perkins of the Twins. Their catcher was pretty much a la Jason Varitek, saying, I'm going to pretty much stand up, throw it right up here, and Trumbo got a hold of it over the center field wall of the Big A.
That one is fouled back behind the plate. Well, the last 2 games here, he's hit some tape measure home runs. One of them we thought could be in the 500-foot range.
No doubt.
A couple days ago. Yesterday's was another blast well over 400 feet. There's a pitch that's high and outside. 3-2 the count.
One area of his game that'll get better is his eye, as he'll know more pitchers around the league, and his on-base percentage should improve gradually. He cannot take away the power. 29 home runs as a rookie.
3-2 pitch. That time he's fooled. He goes after that pitch, breaking low and away, struck him out, and Harang has a solid second inning, retiring 3 in a row. We get ready to move to the 3rd here in Tempe. The Dodgers have a 3-0 lead on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Angels baseball is back. Individual game tickets for the 2012 season are now on sale. Make your plans to be part of Big Bang Fridays, Family Sundays, and many promotional nights and great opponents like the Yankees and the Red Sox. Purchase tickets today at Angels.com or at the Angels Stadium ticket office. Juan Rivera leads it off for the Dodgers, and he takes the first pitch. That one misses low and away from the lefty reliever, Andrew Taylor. Rivera doubled in a couple of runs his first time up in the first inning against Jared Weaver. Next pitch popped foul on the right side. That's going to get back and out of play. Weaver, the starter, went an inning and 2/3. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs earned, walked 2, struck out 3. No breeze at the moment here at Tempe Diablo. 1-1 pitch on Rivera. He drives the ball deep into left field. Watching that one is Vernon Wells, and that ball is gone. It's a home run. So Juan Rivera hits a leadoff home run here for the Dodgers. Rivera's had that home run swing so far this spring. That's his 3rd home run.
He is not messing around. That was a line shot, and he took a little pleasure in that one, of course, hitting it against his former club. We know he's always been so strong with the forearms and the wrists, and his swing is right. He is short, quick, and powerful.
So it's a 4-0 Dodgers lead. Jerry Hairston, the next batter. He takes the first pitch for a strike.
You know, Joe Madden used to call Juan Rivera El Gapo because of his gap power. Joe Madden, manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, who was an Angels bench coach for so many years, really loved Juan Rivera's approach to hitting.
There's a pitch that misses low on Hairston. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The other thing Rivera figured out is he saw the way Taylor came after Ethier and said, this guy's going to come with some fastballs. Let me just be geared up for it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Hairston. He hits one sharply out near second, backhanded by Howie, stumbles a bit, throws to first, and takes the hit away from him. Nicely done by Kendrick, the second baseman. There's 1 away.
Howie Kendrick, pretty sure that first step. He secures that first step. He then can calculate how he wants to get to this baseball here. Going to his right. Once he gets there, he uses a powerful arm he has.
So the batter is Corey Sullivan, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Left-handed hitter. He fouls that one back to the screen. Four runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit for the Angels. We're in the top of the 3rd. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Got to give it to Andrew Taylor, though, Terry. He comes right after people. The young pitcher we've seen with the Angels, he's the one guy I've seen consistently throwing the fastball for a strike and not afraid of attacking guys.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is a pitch that gets him strikeout against Sullivan. He chased the pitch. It was low and away.
Beautiful finish to that one with this very short slider with great arm action.
Pitch, you're right. It had good movement. So after the home run by Rivera, the next 2 batters retired.
So Ellis has a lot to answer to, Terry. You know, limited time in the big leagues. Has never been an everyday catcher in the big leagues.
Pitch to A.J. Ellis. He bounces one right to short. Fielded cleanly by Ibar. Throw right on the money, and the inning is over. The Dodgers do get a run on the leadoff homer by Juan Rivera. That was the only hit, no errors, and in the inning, no one left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 4-0 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Chris Iannetta will lead off the Angels' third inning. The Halos down 4-0. Aaron Harang has retired 6 of the first 7 for the Dodgers. First time up for Iannetta. He takes that one low and outside.
Harang has been very efficient. Only 24 pitches, including only 11 in the second inning.
Here's the 1-0. That one is low and outside. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. .2-0 delivery was low and away. It's 3-0 on Iannetta. Like Sosha was saying earlier today, Chris Iannetta is a quick study when it comes to getting acquainted with the Angels pitching staff. There's a pitch on the outside corner to him for a strike. It's 3-1.
That serves that he has worked with premier pitchers like an Ubaldo Jimenez.
And the next one on its way. Lines that one in the gap in right center field. It's going to take a few bounces and roll all the way out to the wall. Just getting to it is Ethier. Iannetta will get the second and hold there. He has a leadoff double. The Angels' second hit of the game.
Music to Mickey Hatcher's ears as Iannetta uses a whole field here and gets a fastball out over the plate and does not try to pull it. He will provide the Angels with some on-base percentage opportunities in the bottom of the lineup. Gap power and home run power. It's a guy that you can count on. Hopefully hit between 15 and 20 homers for you. And for a catcher, that'll be a great addition to the Angels lineup.
So the batter is Borges, and this is his first time up today. Pitch on Peter. He shows signs of bunting and takes the pitch for a called strike. Iannetta, the Angel catcher, is the base runner at second base, and here's the next pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
Peter Borges, and I just mentioned Mickey Hatcher, the Angels hitting instructor, hit 176 in May. And then Mickey and Peter went to work. Choke up on the bat. Let's have it at a more flat position. Came back and hit 329 in June.
He takes that one low and away. Good block by Ellis, the Dodger catcher.
Peter was a pretty consistent performer from June on offensively for the Angels, and that's why Mike Sosha later in the year started using him more at the top of the order, especially against left-handed pitchers.
One-two pitch. He takes that one outside.
Now you were talking about a quick study. This guy was a quick study right here.
Yep.
In the middle of the season, by the way.
Top of the batting order. Ibar waiting on deck. The count even on Borges. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch fouled off on the right side. So Peter is battling with 2 strikes on him. Another part of his game he'd like to improve on a bit this year is cutting down on the strikeouts. He struck out 124 times last year.
That comes with time. There's a lot of guys he'll know better. And when he lays off the high fastball, the strikeouts really come down.
2-2 pitch. He fights another one off, so he's battling. Still 2-2.
That's one thing Mike Sosha shared with me about when I was asking about the strikeout situation with Borges. He goes, hey, if he gets too tall, not the same type of hitter. The way his hands are positioned, you watch anything that he hits that he can handle down way better. If he gets too tall, forget it. There's so many guys in the big leagues that even at 88, 89 miles an hour can set you up to beat you upstairs.
2-2 delivery. He pops one back foul on the right side, out of play. The Dodgers got 3 in the top of the first inning against Jared Weaver, as they got 4 of their first 5 batters on base safely, and had those 3 runs on the board, 5 batters into the game. The pitch that's fouled off on the right side, again out of play. So Borges with a good battle going on here against Aaron Harang. Right-hander against right-hander. Harang is a big guy, 6'7". He goes about 261 pounds. The 2-2 pitch. Smacked by the mound right out to the shortstop, though. It'll get the runner to third. The throw by Gordon is in time to get Borges, but he does advance the runner to third with only 1 out, and we'll see if Ibar can bring him in.
That's championship baseball right there. Mike Such is getting out of his chair, and he's going to go find Peter Borges for the simple reason. Way to do your job. That is a great at-bat, great results in playing the team game.
So Ibar will be the batter. The catcher, Ellis, went out, had a quick word for Aaron Harang. And here's Eric, who grounded out to first his first time up. Eric Ibar showed a little bit of pop as far as his bat last season. He had a career high 10 homers. He hits that one sharply on 1 hop to second. Kennedy stops it. Coming in and scoring, though, will be Iannetta on the 4-3 ground out. Give Ibar an RBI, his second one this spring. The Angels get on the board on that ground out and now trail at 4-1.
Eric Ibar ought to go thank Peter Borges for that ribby right there. Hard hit ball. Adam Kennedy makes a nice play stopping it. And just like that, you get a run on the board just by playing the game simply.
So here is Howie Kendrick. Howie singled and stole second back in the first inning. The pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner.
Terry, how many times have we seen Adam Kennedy make plays like that? Plays that are not going to make the highlight reel at night, but plays that are solid and tough in the big leagues.
Pitch on Howie, drills one into left field. That'll fall in. He's on with his second hit of the day. Boy, that number 2 spot has been agreeing with Howie Kendrick here early in the Cactus League.
Albert might be the advocate to Mike Socha. You know what? Maybe you ought to keep Howie hitting in front of him.
Yeah, no doubt. So Howie's had 8 hits this spring and 14 times up. Pujols will bat. He flied out to center his first time up. Albert's yet to homer this spring. And you know the fans would like to see one of those fans that are here today. Time called. Harang gave up 20 home runs last year in 28 starts. Right-hander against right-hander, and the pitch, and that one is a pitch that misses. Harang at one time pitched for the Reds, so he was in Albert Pujols' division, the National League Central, for a number of years. These two have obviously squared off against each other in the past. Toss over to first. The runner dives back. That's Howie Kendrick. He's already stolen a base today.
Pujols describes himself as a line drive hitter that happens to hit home runs. When you hit 30 or more homers in your first 11 years, I think you can call yourself a home run hitter.
Yeah, he's being far too modest.
A line drive hitter that hits home runs.
Right. Pitch was in there for a strike.
On a down year for many, and he says, hey, they can keep calling it a down year. 37 home runs, world championship. He goes, I welcome those as long as we win. Stayed at 99 RBIs last year.
Here's the next pitch. The runner goes. It's hit on the third base side. The third baseman Hairston has it. He'll throw to first to get Albert, and that'll end the inning. The Angels come up with 1 run in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. 3 in the books. The 4th is coming up. It's 4-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Angels, the third of the day. Hisanori Takahashi getting ready to work in his second outing this spring. He replaces the young pitcher Andrew Taylor, who worked an inning and a third in relief of Jared Weaver. Taylor gave up a hit. It was a home run he allowed to Juan Rivera. That was the only run. He didn't walk any. He struck out one, and Takahashi will take over.
A good job by Taylor, Terry, because he had some issues last season with his command, but he came out and threw strikes.
Did a nice job. Although touched for the long ball by Rivera. Rivera's been hitting home runs this spring for the Dodgers. So Takahashi, the lefty, wraps up his warm-up tosses. Fans, opening night is approaching fast. The 2012 season kicks off Friday night, April the 6th. The Angels take on the Royals at 7:05. Opening night will include a pregame flyover and the first Big Bang Friday of the season. Don't miss out on this exciting night and purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or also at angels.com. So the batter now is Josh Fields. Here's the pitch. He takes that one high for a ball. We saw Fields a few years ago when he was with the Chicago White Sox.
He was projected as their third baseman of the future.
Right. He was a first-round pick of the White Sox a few years ago. He grounds one right to short. Stopped there by Ibar. The throw in plenty of time to get him. One gone, and D. Gordon will be the next batter.
Hisanori has looked very sharp on the mound so far this spring. Already an outing where he went 2 innings and was very efficient, throwing around 20 pitches only. But look for that outstanding changeup, better command of the fastball, and also the comfort level for this season. Terry, he has told me, way better. He knows how he fits in this ball club.
Had a nice year in his first year with the Angels last season. ERA was 3.44. He appeared in 61 games last year. First pitch on Gordon, it's in there. It's lefty against lefty. Trumbo is in on the grass at third, and the next pitch popped in the air down the left side toward the line, under and in foul ground, making the catch right around the Dodgers open air bullpen. Vernon Wells puts it away, and that's the second out. So Adam Kennedy will bat. He's had a double today and is 2 times up. After today's game, the Angels will go on the road for a couple in the Cactus League, taking on the Diamondbacks tomorrow. They'll be at Camelback Ranch for that one. And then the Angels will play the White Sox on Wednesday. White Sox share their facility with the Dodgers. That's in Glendale. Pitch is fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. Thursday, it'll be the Angels and the Reds here in Tempe. Friday, split squad day. Angels will host the Indians here and also have a road squad travel to take on the Padres. Here's a lazy fly ball lifted into right field, right near Torrey Hunter. He puts it away to retire Kennedy, and a very quick inning for Takahashi. Throws only 7 pitches. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Angels down 4-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Fans Welk Resorts and Angels Radio AM 830 have teamed up to bring you the official AM 830 fan club. Get AM 830 event and team news along with updates all season long. Log on to am830fanclub.com. That's am830fanclub.com. A new pitcher in the ball game for the Dodgers, Angel Guzman, will come into work. So he replaces Harang. Aaron Harang worked 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, a run it was earned, didn't walk, and he struck out 2. Torrey Hunter, the first Angel hitter to face Guzman, whose first pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Guzman, 6'3", 200-pounder from Venezuela. He was in the Reds organization last year, and there's a pitch that misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's pitched in the big leagues with the Cubs. Saw some action with the Cubs in 2009. Appeared in 55 games for Chicago. Had a 3-3 record, 2.95 ERA. Next pitch. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's one of those guys that Lou Piniella went to a lot during that year, Terry, and then came the injury. But an excellent year for him in relief. 2.95, as he mentioned, 61 innings, 47 strikeouts for Guzman.
He was in the Cubs organization for 12 years, Angel Guzman.
Originally a Yankee farmhand.
Yeah. 2-2 the count. And here's the next pitch. That one is low and inside, so the count full, 3-2. Guzman began his pro career in 2000. He's 30 years old. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one is chopped on a high hop out near the mound. Guzman tries the barehand. It comes up with it, juggles it, and throws and nips Torrey at first base. Boy, I didn't think he had a chance to get him. Hunter not too happy with the call by the first base umpire over there, but he is out number 1.
Yeah, that becomes a question. Did he really get him? It seems like Torrey Hunter was breaking his stride, thinking it's going to be an easy one here. He did not run through the bag as we're accustomed to seeing. But got to give it to Guzman and staying with it, man. Show some perseverance on that one.
So that's out number 1. I don't know that Torrey's convinced, but he's retired, and Vernon Wells will be the next batter. Vernon grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the pitch. That one is a strike on the outside corner. Watching the replay, Torrey appeared to be safe at first base, but they're not going to change that call. Here's the next delivery. That's a strike on the outside corner. As Guzman works, he is appearing in his 3rd game for the Dodgers. He has a win for them in relief this spring. 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief coming into this ball game. And here's the next pitch. Wells with a lazy fly ball into center field. Coming in is Kemp, and he will make the call and catch. Gordon was going back on it, the shortstop, but Matt Kemp takes charge, as the center fielder should, and that's the 2nd out.
That's one thing Matt Kemp is going to be guarding against, because Dee Gordon is very aggressive going back on the balls with great speed, and Matt Kemp is very aggressive coming in. So it'll take a few games under their belts as they know each other's range and limitations, and also the situation of the game, base runners, all of that will dictate who takes charge out there, but most of the time it'll be the center fielder coming in.
Kemp won another Gold Glove for the Dodgers last year in center field. The 2nd time he's won a Gold Glove. Here's Bobby Abreu with 2 outs, and he takes that one low and outside. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-1 Dodgers.
In fact, the Dodgers have 2 Gold Glovers in the outfield right now, because Andre Ethier won his first Gold Glove last year. And they also have the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner in Clayton Kershaw.
He was a Gold Glove winner for the first time last year. Here's a fly ball hit out to Kemp in left center. He's battling the sun out there. He'll put it away to retire Bobby Abreu, and the Angels go down quietly here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. So 4 in the books. The 5th is coming up. It's 4-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Fifth inning, we go 4-1 Dodgers. The Angels have their 4th pitcher of the day getting ready to work. Kevin Jepsen takes over for Hisanori Takahashi. Jepsen will be appearing in game number 3 this spring. He's worked a couple of scoreless innings, walking 2, striking out 3. And the batters he will face here in the Dodgers 5th inning, Kemp, Ethier, and Rivera. They'll face the meat of the batting order, 3, 4, and 5. Fans, the 2nd annual Angels 5K and Fun Run will take place April the 22nd. Participants will run and walk on a baseball-themed course that goes through Angel Stadium and finishes at FanFest. All participants receive a commemorative shirt and a voucher for a future Angels game. Sign up today at angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation.
Nice short inning for Takahashi. 1, 2, 3, and only 7 pitches for the lefty.
First delivery from Jepsen. That's fouled off by Kemp on the right side, backing out of play for strike 1.
Jepsen so far this spring has been very solid. And the most impressive thing to me is the way he's been driving with those legs and finishing more on a downward plane with his fastball and his breaking ball.
Here's the pitch. That one is popped into right field. It's going to drop in for a hit. So Kemp is aboard. That is his first hit today. He's been on base safely all 3 times up. And Andre Ethier will be the next batter. Kevin Jepsen appears to be healthy, which is good for him because he had his share of injury issues last season, and he did not pitch last year after mid-July. His last outing was July the 16th a year ago, and he was down at AAA Salt Lake.
Actually broke camp with the ball club as the primary setup guy for Fernando Rodney, and that did not last long. By the time the Angels got back in town after starting on the road, they had a new closer and a new setup guy.
Yep. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. Throw to second. A little bit late. Stolen base. Matt Kemp, who swiped 40 last season, has a stolen base here.
This does not seem like a spring training gun. The way the intensity is building up here with 2 ball clubs, and especially with Matt Kemp running.
So Kemp in scoring position with no outs. Ethier figures to be looking to hit the ball on the right side to get that runner over to third, and the pitch that's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Yet to get the official attendance today, but another big crowd on hand. Monday afternoon baseball here in the Valley, the Angels and the Dodgers. Here's the pitch. Fouled off on the left side, out of play.
Fastball really got on him. Beat him. With Ethier up 3 runs, 5th inning. Even in the regular season, I would be more concerned with him concentrating on driving this guy in somehow. And again, depending on how he's swinging the bat, who's on the mound, but I want this guy to concentrate on production. At times, yeah, get him over. Guy on the mound is pretty tough.
There's one that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. Ethier with an RBI double and a line out. He's 1 for 2. He's having a good spring for the Dodgers. Last season, Ethier hit 11 home runs, which was a career low for him. Played in 135 games. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. Here he chops one out towards second. Stopped there by Kendrick, and the throw will get him. He does get that runner over to third base. 1 out for Juan Rivera, who's having a solid ball game for the Dodgers. He's already driven in 3 of their 4 runs with a 2-run double and a solo homer.
So Jepson goes to his breaking ball, and that accelerated Ethier's swing, got the ball over to the right side. Big piece of hitting.
So here's Rivera set to bat. Juan Rivera now 33 years old. The Angels have brought the infield in. Jepson trying to prevent that runner from scoring. Kemp at third base. The pitch is low and away. The Angels and the Dodgers will meet again on Sunday, and that will be a road game for the Angels. And then that'll be the last time they play each other this spring in Arizona. But of course, there will be the 3 games back in Southern California leading into the start of the regular season. The pitch, that one is chopped out towards short, trying to dive and stop it is Ibar. The ball skips off his glove over to Kendrick. No chance for an out at the plate. The Angels will get the throw by Howie to first to get Rivera, but he's going to get another RBI, and the Dodgers now lead it 5-1.
Is not your typical 6-4-3. He gets a job done offensively, but also defensively. Pretty aware is Howie Kendrick after the dive by Ibar to make sure he's there, recover, get that out with plenty of time.
So a 4 RBI day for Rivera against the Angels. He had only 2 RBIs all spring coming into this one on a couple of solo homers. He's had another solo homer today as well. So 2 outs. Here's Jerry Hairston Jr. batting, and the first pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. The Angels bat in the bottom of the 5th, down by 4 right now. Trumbo, Iannetta, and Borges. The Dodgers have action in their bullpen. We saw Guzman pitch last inning. There's a pitch that is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hairston.
Jepson trying to get a hold of one of those spots in the bullpen. And as we talk about the bullpen, Jason Isringhausen, signed by the Angels to a minor league contract, is only a few days away from being in games.
Did some long toss today. There's a pitch cut on and missed. Big swing there by Hairston. He comes up empty. It's 1-2.
And Izzy brings a lot to the Angels bullpen. Another set of experienced minds and words for Jordan Walden, along with Scott Downs and LaTroy Hawkins, added to Takahashi.
1-2 pitch, and that freezes him right there. Struck him out looking a good looking slider, and that will end the inning. So Hairston is retired, and that'll do it for the Dodgers here in the 5th. But they do score a run. They had 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. The bottom of the 5th coming up here in Tempe. It's 5-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Fans, one of the most popular giveaways of the season is coming up on April the 7th. The Angels will take on the Royals at 1:05, and all fans in attendance receive a Big A fleece blanket courtesy of State Farm. Don't forget, those blankets will be given away while supplies last on April the 7th. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or angels.com. New pitcher for the Dodgers. His name is Chris Withrow. He's a former first-round pick of the Dodgers back in 2007, the 20th pick overall in that draft. He's pitched in Double-A the last 3 years, and he has a good arm. Fastball top out around 98 miles per hour. He has a slider, a solid curveball, and a changeup.
Yes, he does have a good arm. He struck out more batters than innings pitched last season. And like any young pitcher, of course, they're trying to get him to temper that a little bit. Maybe sacrifice a little velocity at times for early contact. So also helping him to minimize the walks.
Withrow replaces Guzman, who worked a scoreless, hitless inning against the Angels in the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 5th now. It's 5-1 Dodgers. First pitch on Mark Trumbo. He takes it for a called strike. Angels have a run, 3 hits. The Dodgers 5 runs, 6 hits. Here's the next pitch on Trumbo. He bounces one on an easy hop to second. Stopped there by Adam Kennedy, and he will throw him out. So Mark is 0 for 2 today. Chris Iannetta, who scored the only Angel run so far in this ball game, will bat. He's had a double his only time up. Tomorrow, when the Angels take on the Diamondbacks, Dan Herron, who used to pitch for Arizona, he goes for the Halos. Trevor Cahill, who was acquired by Arizona in the offseason, will go for the Diamondbacks. Used to be with the Oakland A's. Southern California native, Trevor Cahill. First pitch of ball, the count 1-0 on Chris Iannetta. Urban Santana goes Wednesday against the White Sox, and they will send Chris Sale to the mound in that game. Pitch fouled back behind the plate. After today, the next couple of games will be exclusively on the Angels Baseball Network.
AM 830.
Here's the 1-1. That's nubbed foul on the first base side. 1-2 the count. Here's the next pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
It's a good job staying inside that pitch. So one thing a lot of experienced big league hitters will see here is a lot of these good arms, top prospects that they have no idea on release points, which window to look at, but it makes you concentrate a little bit more. Just like that.
There's a shot that will drop into right center field. It's another hit for Iannetta. So
what it does, Terry, when you don't know much, a pattern and release points and which window to look at on that release of the pitch, all good hitters will tell you is just keep your head down as much as possible, because the ball eventually you want to hit, it's going to be around that area. The more you chase, the more you lift up your chin, the worse off you'll be.
Iannetta's second hit of the day. It had only one hit so far in the Cactus League coming into today's action. And here's Peter Borges getting ready to bat. He grounded out the short his first time up. There's a toss to first. Iannetta gets back. Withrow is appearing in his second game for the Dodgers. He allowed a run in 2 innings in his first relief appearance for them. Here's the pitch on Peter. He lifts it foul back behind the plate, headed back our way. And it lands just above us.
Right on top of you.
Yeah.
Peter's taking some good swings and had an excellent at-bat. A 10-pitch at-bat back in the 3rd inning. Moving Iannetta from 2nd to 3rd on a ground out. He's got surprising power. There's a lot of balls, line drive outs out of the ballpark.
The pitch, he chops that one hard down to third base side. They go to second for one, to relay to first base. They're not going to double up the fast-running Borges, so he avoids the double play, but they get the lead out at second on Iannetta on the 5-4 fielder's choice. 2 outs in the inning.
Good job by Jerry Harrison. The scouting says, and you've seen Peter Borges run. So one of the ways you help your second baseman, you get rid of that ball as quickly as you can to give him a chance. Maybe get a guy like Borges at first base. There's 2 veterans out there involved with that double play. And Kennedy has always been tough around the bag.
So the batter now is Ibar. He's driven in the only Angel run. He did it with a ground out back in the bottom of the 3rd. Toss over to first, and back to the bag dives Peter Borges. The Angels had the monster day here yesterday from an offensive standpoint. 20 hits and 17 runs, but nothing close to that so far in this one. The pitch, that's high and outside. Of course, the Angels had another game yesterday. That was against the Reds, and the Angels dropped that ball game. But the reports on Brad Mills, who started that game, were very impressive. He did a nice job in 3 scoreless innings against the Reds yesterday.
And Mike Scioscia emphasized against a very good lineup too.
Yeah, that was not a Reds split squad. 3 strikeouts in the 3 innings for Mills, including one he got Joey Votto looking, and the reports were that Mills had a very good changeup in that outing. So he's the pitcher the Angels acquired for Jeff Mathis from Toronto in the offseason. Lefty. Pitch on its way. That's lined right near the second baseman Kennedy. He puts the glove down, and he will nab that one right around the shoe tops. The inning is over. A low line out will wrap up the Angels' bottom of the 5th. In the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and the Angels leave 1 on. 6th inning is coming up in Tempe. It's 5-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Angels will use their 5th pitcher of the day. Matt Shoemaker, who was the Angels minor league pitcher of the year last year, will take over. Fans, catch a little luck of the Irish by having your name drawn in the March into Cash drawings at Soboba Casino on Wednesday, March the 14th, and also Wednesday, March the 21st. Win your share of up to $160,000 in cash in a new car. Soboba Casino voted the loosest slots 4 years running. So Shoemaker is the new pitcher. Jepson worked the last inning. He gave up a hit, a run. He struck out a batter. And now Shoemaker will take over. We've seen Shoemaker this spring, and this will be his 2nd appearance. He worked 2 scoreless innings, striking out 3 batters the first time we saw him work.
He has shown great control and also a good put away split finger pitch.
First batter up, pops the ball into shallow left field, capping under, and making the catch is Vernon Wells. Corey Sullivan retired on 1 pitch. Quick out here to start off the 6th inning, and A.J. Ellis will be the batter.
Mike Socha very impressed, as I had a chance to sit with Mike during one of our games in game, and Shoemaker was on the mound, and at field level he was truly admiring the way he goes about his business, consistent release point, and the ability to throw strikes. And he was asked, Terry, about Shoemaker moving up the depth chart, and he said, well, yeah, he definitely is, but it's not the depth chart that we're looking at him to be a guy that's going to take the mound around April 15th for us. And he said twice, that's right now. Things could change.
Here's the pitch on its way. The 0-1 delivery on Ellis, and that one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Angels, of course, we bring up that date because that is the date when the Angels will need a 5th starter, April 15th. And as you were talking about Brad Mills, he's on the depth chart. So is Eric Hurley, who threw well yesterday. Garrett Richards threw the ball well yesterday himself. And Trevor Bell, who was the loser over in Goodyear for that ball game.
That pitch is a bit low on Ellis, so the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. He's gone 0 for 2 today. A.J. Ellis, the Dodgers catcher.
We have to get a report on Jerome Williams and see how he stands with his left hamstring strain.
And the next delivery, that's ball 4. So Ellis has a 1-out walk. Shoemaker out there on the mound has dark black beard and mustache. In a way, reminds you a little bit of Brian Wilson, the closer for the Giants, with that look.
Because a little Jeff Reardon in him too.
Yep.
Former big league closer.
So here is Josh Fields batting, right-hander against right-hander. First pitch, he goes after it, pops it up on the first base side. Pujols in foul ground, circles under behind the coaching box and makes the catch in foul territory. That's the 2nd out. So Fields set down quickly. D. Gordon will bat. It's 5-1 Dodgers. We're in the top of the 6th inning here in Tempe. The Angels' bats have been pretty quiet, just 1 run on 4 hits.
Hey, something new for Albert. There's a sky here in Arizona after 11 or 12 years over in Florida. And not dealing with some of these cloudless days as we have here in the Valley of the Sun.
And the first pitch, that one is a pitch that misses for a ball. Lance Zawatsky is the batter. He is batting for D. Gordon.
Gordon went 1 for 3, a run scored, a strikeout, and a stolen base.
There's a pitch that's high and away. Zawatsky is an infielder. He could replace him as well at shortstop. Zawatsky, a switch hitter, batting from the left side.
I'd like to send a quick hello to Tom Gordon, former teammate with the Royals. Flash, who was the father of D. Gordon. What an arm he had. Flash Gordon with a mighty curveball.
Yeah. Here's Zawadzki with a shallow pop into left field. That's going to find a spot and drop in for a hit. He goes the opposite way. And now they have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Zawadzki picking up his 4th hit this spring. Justin Sellers will be the next batter. He's going to bat for Adam Kennedy. Kennedy went 1 for 3, playing second base. His day is done. Right-handed batter. And the pitch on Sellers, he takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Sellers' father, Jeff, a former Major League pitcher. He was with the Red Sox back in the mid to late 80s. And Justin Sellers, a Southern California product. Huntington Beach, went to Marina High School. He drives the ball well into left field. He put a charge into that one, and that ball is gone. Well, Sellers hit a home run last year with the Dodgers, and he's hit one in this game against Shoemaker.
He's trying to put together a good case to make the ball club as a backup infielder. Sitting inside and did not waste it. That's a turn and burn swing right there.
So a 3-run homer gives the Dodgers an 8-1 lead. And now another pinch hitter, Trent Olchin, will bat. He is hitting out of Matt Kemp's spot, so his day is done as well. He went 1 for 2 officially. Scored a couple runs, did Kemp. Pitch on Olchin. He takes that one for a strike. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network. Next delivery bounced on the right side, and that's going to skip through into right field for a base hit. So the pinch hitters have been very good for the Dodgers here in this inning. They've all had hits.
And Matt Shoemaker is finding out that just like it happened with Jared Weaver in the first inning, if he missed too much over the plate, as you get further and further along in spring training, the hitters are more and more ready for those pitches.
Alex Castellanos will be the batter. He is hitting for Ethier. Toss over to first base. Olchin gets back to the bag safely. Ethier went 1 for 3 today with an RBI double and a run scored. So the Dodgers have a 7-run lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Their second 3-run inning in the ball game. Castellanos taking that one, and the pitch missing for a ball. And there's a pickoff toss, and just getting back to the bag is Olchin. Pretty close play. Right-hander against right-hander. Runner goes, check swing, and the ball is fouled off over on the first base side. Right by Davey Lopes over there coaching at first base.
Good to see Davey back in that Dodger uniform. He's one of those guys that really mentored Mike Scioscia and his rise through the Dodger organization. And an excellent base runner and base stealer himself, passing it on to a Matt Kemp. Also did a fabulous job with the Phillies as a coach. And Davey Lopes, as the first base coach, pretty much controlled the running game for the Phillies. How often do you see that?
Yep.
Yes, Shane Victorino, how much he's helped him in his base stealing abilities, and it's all about Davey Lopes.
One ball, 2 strikes. Shoemaker struggling here in this inning. He's given up 3 hits, including a 3-run homer. He's also walked a batter. And he's not out of the inning yet. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's the next delivery, and that one is cut on and missed. He gave him the split finger pitch there, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. But the Dodgers come up with 3 on 3 hits, a walk in the inning, no errors, and they leave their 5th runner on base. The Angels need runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 8-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Angels are trailing it 8-1. Wholesale defensive changes for the Dodgers. We'll pick those up in just a moment. At the plate for the Angels, taking the pitch is Howie Kendrick for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Jeff Baisley is now playing first base for the Dodgers. He was an Angel farmhand last year. He played at Salt Lake. The new second baseman for the Dodgers, Justin Sellers. At third base, Ivan DeJesus Jr. Lance Zawatsky stays in the game at shortstop, and in the outfield they have Scott Van Slyke in left, Trent Olchen in center, and Alex Castellanos in right. Next pitch grounded right to short at Zawatsky, the new shortstop. His throw is in time for out number 1. There's also a new catcher in the game for the Dodgers, Josh Bard. So Don Mattingly getting in a lot of his reserves now.
So the regulars get their running in, and it's off back to Glendale, Arizona.
Here's Albert Pujols batting. This could be his final time up today, and he takes that pitch for ball 1. Albert has flied out and grounded out 0 for 2. And the next delivery fouls that one back to our right, out of play.
That's one thing Albert's been battling a little bit so far this spring. Even though the numbers are good, he's told me sometimes a little too jumpy, and it's all about timing. Nothing wrong, nothing unusual with that here early in spring training.
Here's the next pitch. He pops another one off on the right side, out of play.
Saw the adjustment there from one swing to the other. He was more behind that last offering. He's not afraid to get jammed. Uses the whole field. You make a mistake, in or out, he can punish you.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And again, he pops it up Just about the same spot as the last one, backing out of play. The Dodgers got on the board with 3 in the first inning, and they have been adding on ever since. They lead it 8-1. Angels batting, looking to get some things going offensively in the bottom of the 6th. The next pitch chopped down to third, right at the new third baseman, and Ivan De Jesus Jr. throws out Albert Pujols. That's the second out. 2 are gone. Torrey Hunter gets ready to bat. Fans Kaiser Permanente Family Sundays at the Big A are the perfect way to spend time with your family on the weekend. Free activities for kids include a wide variety of games and arts and crafts. The first Family Sunday takes place on April the 8th. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or go to angels.com. There's a breaking ball that Torrey ends up taking for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Vernon Wells would be up next. Withrow's next pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 1-1.
Withrow so far has shown pretty good command. Both the fastball and his breaking ball. It's a pretty compact delivery. He'll throw that glove at you first.
And the pitch on its way. That's fouled back over by Vernon Wells, waiting on deck.
The pitching coaches will teach that. As you see his glove hand come at you first to create direction and sometimes to create distraction for the hitter. A little more deception.
1-2 on Torrey. Bounces one by the mound and through into center field. He's on with his first hit of the day. 2-out single here in the Angels' 6th inning. And it looks like Torrey's going to leave for a pinch runner.
It's a good day for Torrey.
Jimenez will run.
1 for 3, so Jimenez comes in. Torrey connects for his 5th hit of the spring. He's now 5 for 15.
So here is Bobby Abreu. Bobby's had a quiet, or Vernon Wells, I should say. Bobby's waiting on deck. This is Vernon. Toss over to first. Jimenez gets back.
Yeah, but Bobby's been quiet this spring.
He has been. He's just 1 for 12 so far this spring.
Had a birthday yesterday.
Yep. Here's the pitch on Vernon, and that one is low.
Terry, and Vernon has not had a quiet spring. Already with 7 RBIs, which leads the ball club. Last spring, keep in mind, last spring he drove in a total of 6 runs. And he drove in 5 yesterday.
Yep. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed by Vernon. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Even on pitches like that where he's swinging and missing, you can see the direction of the body and where he finishes up. He's not pulling off, staying through the ball way, way better.
Right-hander against right-hander. Next delivery. That's a drive. It's hit well into center field, but it's hanging up. Battling the sun a little bit. Making the catch on that one is Olchin, and retired as Vernon. Might have got it off the end of the bat just a bit. The Angels inning is over. Here in the 6th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. We're headed to the 7th inning. It's 8-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. We get ready to move to the 7th inning, and the first pitch, that one is in there for strike. Fans, the Angels 20-game flex plan gives you the chance to choose the 20 games you want to see during the season. This plan has no blackout dates, a postseason option, and you receive a ticket to Fan Appreciation Day for free. Buy your flex plan today at angels.com/mini-plans or call 888-796-HALO. Ball lifted deep but foul down that left side, out of the reach of the new left fielder Doug Deeds. So a couple of strikes on the leadoff man here for the Dodgers to start off the 7th inning.
This is Scott Van Slyke, a big man. Great power and great baseball bloodlines.
And Slyke is a right-handed batter. And here comes the pitch. Shoemaker's delivery is low. Around the infield, Jorge Cantu is now playing first base for the Angels. Alexi Amarista is at second base. Gene Segura is the shortstop. And the third baseman, the new third baseman, is Luis Jimenez. Give you the outfield look in a moment. The pitch bounced over the mound, out behind second. Stopped by Amarista. Long throw, and not in time. Cantu made a big stretch over there, but legging out an infield hit is Van Slyke.
Tough play all the way around for Amarista, who went a long ways and then had a little bit of trouble just gripping the ball in that transfer. And the big man Van Slyke, who stands 6'5", 220, got down that line pretty good.
So Ivan De Jesus Jr. will bat. This is his first time up. He's hitting out of Hairston's spot. He replaced him at third base as well. Shoemaker ready, and the first pitch on De Jesus. That's low and inside. Doug Deeds is the new left fielder for the Angels. Ryan Langerhans is the center fielder, and Cole Calhoun is playing right. Infield at double play depth. Shoemaker set, and the pitch, that one is inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
I was referring to Van Slyke's bloodlines in baseball. His father is former All-Star outfielder Andy Van Slyke, who was known to have one of the best arms from the outfield.
Andy Van Slyke played 13 years in the majors. The 2-0 pitch, chopped on the left side of the infield. Segura goes to second, and the ball skips off the glove of Amarista. Everyone is safe. Runners at first and second. That throw didn't look all that bad. We'll see who gets the error on it.
It should be an Amarista, but what happens here, he gets thrown off because I don't think he saw the ball very well coming from Segura, because Segura kind of slipped as he went far to his right. And he might have thrown him a changeup over there to second base.
So it will be an error on Amarista, the second baseman, not handling that throw from Segura. And here's Corey Sullivan batting. He's been their DH the entire game. He's 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Shoemaker delivers. A pitch in there for a strike. Shoemaker has had a rough go here since coming in last inning. He's given up 4 hits and 3 runs so far in just 1 inning, and he's working with 2 on here, nobody out. The pitch, that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eight runs, 10 hits for the Dodgers, a run, 5 hits for the Angels. We're in the top of the 7th. Next delivery, and checking the swing on that one is Sullivan. That pitch low, ball 2, 2-1.
And Sullivan not biting on that split finger. He hasn't thrown enough good fastballs or well located fastballs yet to have the hitters jumping on his split finger, other than the one he threw Castellanos to finish off the 6th inning.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that one outside, ball 3, 3-1. Josh Bard is waiting on deck. He came in to replace A.J. Ellis as the Dodger catcher. Sullivan looks at the next pitch, and that one misses high. He draws a walk, and now runners everywhere. Mike Butcher is going to go out to the mound. Bases loaded with nobody out.
Shoemaker made 17 pitches in the 6th inning, and he already has 11 here with no outs in his 2nd inning of work.
Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat this year. When group tickets are purchased, each member will receive an Angels hat for select series. To book your group outing, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. So the meeting at the mound is over, and Shoemaker is really in some trouble here. The Angels can ill afford to get behind by any more, already down by 7 in the 7th inning. Bard will be the batter. Josh Bard batting from the left side. Infield brought in. Bard is a switch hitter, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike. He was with Seattle for part of last season. Played in 26 games, hit just .210. Oh, and 1 to count on Bard. And the next pitch, that is a liner that's caught by Cantu, but the runners were all pretty close to the base. He had no chance to double up anybody, but he does get the batter Bard on that low line drive. That's out number 1.
Well, good base running is not only described on what you do, but sometimes what you don't do. In that case is you hold your ground. You go nowhere until you see that line drive across the infield.
Jeff Baisley, who's gone 2 for 9 for the Dodgers this spring, will be the batter.
Baisley had a monster year, AAA last year for the Angels.
He is a right-handed hitter, and the first pitch, and Baisley takes that one for ball 1. He hit .303 last year for the Salt Lake Bees with 20 homers and 100 runs batted in.
And I know you heard his name come up a lot in your Angel talk when the Angels offense was struggling.
Right. He was a player that was on the radar screen, although he wasn't on the Angels 40-man roster last year. And the same can be said for him right now with the Dodgers. He's a non-roster player. He signed as a minor league free agent with them during the offseason. Right-hander against right-hander. Shoemaker's pitch. That one misses low and away.
But I know the fans brought it up a lot to you. Hey, if they have a guy down there with 18 home runs and 70 RBIs, what are we waiting for?
All right. And the Angels were struggling to score runs. These two were teammates for a brief time last year when Shoemaker was up at AAA Salt Lake. And there's a pitch that's on the outside corner for a called strike.
That's the best pitch he's thrown all afternoon. Painting slider in the outer corner.
Infield and double play depth. Shoemaker's 2-2 on Baisley, and he tried to pick up the inside corner and just missed, maybe a little low. 3-2 the count. So there's nowhere to put Baisley here. Zawatsky, who's their leadoff man now since coming into the ballgame. For Gordon, he's waiting on deck. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 3-2 payoff pitch, and he got him. Swung on and missed. He struck him out.
A former teammate says, I know what Baisley is looking for. Let me go in the other direction. And just does not shy away from his fastball this time. Baisley most likely sitting on the split finger.
So here's Zawatsky, who's had a hit his only time up. He dropped the ball into left field, batting last inning. It's a left-handed batter. Switch hitter who's swinging from the left side. 2 outs with the bases loaded. The pitch, he lifts one foul on the right side, backing out of play. When the Angels bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 8-1. We'll see some new hitters bat for the Angels. See if Mike Scioscia lets Abreu get another at bat. He's the DH. Everyone else, from a starting standpoint, has been taken out. There's one fouled off on the right side, and the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, the Angels made a move yesterday, a transaction sending down outfielder Matt Long to the minor league camp alongside infielders Darwin Perez, Taylor Lindsay, catchers Alberto Rosario, Carlos Ramirez, and Jet Bandy, all reassigned to minor league camp after yesterday's ball game.
Ready is Shoemaker, and the 2-strike pitch. Zawatsky thought about chasing it, held up, struck him out looking, and that will end the inning. So Shoemaker did a very good job battling back from a bases-loaded no-out jam, and he retired to 3 in a row, the last 2 on strikeouts. No runs, they had a hit. There was an error in the inning, a walk, and 3 runners left on base. We get ready to move to the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7th inning stretch. Angels down by 7. It's 8-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Alberto Callaspo is going to pinch hit for Bobby Abreu. Abreu went 0 for 2 today. And Callaspo, the switch hitter, will get ready to bat from the left side. Here's the first pitch. And he takes that one for a called strike. Withrow is still in there. This is his 3rd inning of relief. And the next pitch, that one a little bit in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Terry, the way people float in here, I would not be shocked to see this as another sellout.
Today's attendance, we'll give you that figure in just a moment. And Jose, you were right on the money. Another sellout here, 9,619, 96.19.
They snuck in here, and it had the feeling of a weekend ball game here in Tempe as the red and the blue go at it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Callaspo takes that one a little bit low.
The beautiful thing about these 2 ball clubs in the Southern California area is that just a couple years ago, they drew a combined over 7 million fans. That is remarkable in the LA area.
The Angels last season had a higher season attendance figure than the Dodgers. First time that's ever happened.
So a lot of Dodgers fans not show up last year.
3-2 pitch. That one's bounced by the mound right over the second base bag and right through to the center fielder Trent Olchin. So Callaspo's having a nice spring. He's 7 for 14. That's a .500 batting average. He's on with a pinch hit single.
The man can hit both sides of the plate, same swing. And something that Mike Scioscia will have to start considering is to play Callaspo maybe at second base a little bit, or at least, Terry, expose him to some fielding drills out there in case you know, the progress continues on a positive note for Mark Trumbo.
So here is Segura, and the first pitch, he takes that one for a strike on the outside corner.
And for Callaspo, that'll be nothing new. He has played second base in the big league before. Did it very well for the Royals. He has played some shortstop, so his versatility really helps in what the Angels are trying to do here in fitting so many bodies into the lineup.
Pitch on its way. That one is a strike on the outside corner.
Pretty excited around here as the word gets around that Kendrys Morales could be only 2 or 3 days away from playing, whether it's here at this level or in minor league camp. That is excellent news.
Here's the pitch on Segura. He went down to a knee chasing that one and misses the pitch, and he is out on strikes. So that's out number 1 here in the Angels' 7th. Hank Conger will be the batter. Yeah, Mike Scioscia hinted today that Kendrys Morales, when he does make his first appearance in a game, it might not necessarily be in an Angels game. It could be in a minor league game here in Tempe. So we'll see how it all plays out, but he very likely will be playing somewhere in a game here in the next couple of days. Next 48 to 72 hours, we could see Morales DHing somewhere.
The way they've had him running the bases the last couple of days is he is running first to thirds and also running some first to homes with the cushions on, because the whole program for Morales, it actually started and they run it early in the morning before the team goes out there, but it started without the bases, just making his turns without stepping on the bags, and then the last couple outings he has been stepping on the cushions.
Pitch on its way. That one is high, and everything that we've heard from Kendrys Morales here in the last week or so is that he feels absolutely fine,
and especially the day after, which is the problematic day last spring. After they accelerated him a little bit last spring, it seems like it took a step or 2 steps backwards.
There's a pitch that Conger swings and misses. The count 2-2. So no pain as far as that ankle is concerned, no inflammation, and a lot of positives right now.
You know, what Kendry shared with me was Terry, the lowest point in this whole process when he had to go through a second surgery.
Sure.
He said that was really something made me think it's going to be a long way back. But he said, yeah, there's some doubts going through your mind. Am I ever going to play baseball again? After the first surgery, he said his ankle, as much as he tried, just did not have the flexibility to extend, and just had a hard time running, stopping.
Full count here. Runner goes. The pitch is low. It's ball 4. So a walk. Conger is aboard. Callaspo, who is running on the pitch, awarded second base. Angels have a little something brewing here with 1 out. Dodgers have a lefty up in their bullpen right now. Withrow's been extended here in this appearance, working in his 3rd inning in relief. They've used only 3 pitchers so far in this ball game. The Angels have used 5.
This Wilfredo Ledesma, a well-traveled lefty, warming up in the left field bullpen.
So here's Cantu at the plate. Jorge Cantu having a good spring, fouls that pitch off right by the batter waiting on deck, Cole Calhoun. Cantu has 6 hits and 15 times up, driven in 4 runs, hitting .400. Next delivery, chopped on the third base side, could be two, flipped to second, and a good takeout slide by Conger. No chance for a relay to first. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Out at second base goes 5-4. Runners at the corners now, and we'll see what Calhoun can do. It looks like he's going to end up facing a left-hander, as Don Mattingly, the manager for the Dodgers, is headed out to make a pitching change. So that'll be it for Withrow. We have a break in the action. The Angels still batting here in the bottom of the seventh, but trailing 8-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Dodgers is left-hander Wilfredo Ledesma. He was with the Toronto Blue Jays briefly last season. And the left-hander's first pitch, that one is outside. He's pitched for a lot of major league clubs: Tigers, Braves, Padres, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Pirates, Blue Jays. He's had 2 tours of duty with Detroit and 2 tours of duty with San Diego.
Hey, another day, another lefty for Cole Calhoun.
Yeah.
What's new?
Calhoun at the plate for the first time today, and he swings and misses that one. So the count even, it's 1-1.
He's done a fine job this spring. He has been playing a lot, and he has certainly taken advantage of every opportunity he's gotten.
He's hitting .389, 7 for 18. Next pitch, and that one is a called strike. Just looking at the Angel hitters numbers, the 18 at bats for Calhoun tie him for the most on the club so far this spring. He and Hank Conger each sharing those honors right now as far as at bats, and Hank has had an at bat this inning. And now Calhoun batting in this inning as well. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Next pitch, Calhoun tips that one off the mid of the catcher Bard. Stays alive, 1-2.
Oh, you should be playing AA ball this year. And that is your make it or break it level. You have a solid season in AA, you open more eyes not only in your organization but all around baseball, as many scouts will take notice.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first goes. The pitch is high. No throw by Bard. So that will be a stolen base for Cantu. Runners now at second and third with the count level 2-2.
Is that 2 for Cantu already? What's going on?
Cantu in the stolen base department swipes his second this spring. Mike Scioscia's been singing the praises of Cantu this spring. He's been very impressed with what he's seen from him.
He's one of those players that showed up here a week that the pitchers and catchers were working out.
Angels are trailing 8-1, batting here in the bottom of the 7th. A hit could mean a couple runs, get it a little bit closer. We'll see what happens. Calhoun swings and fouls that one off on the left side, out of play. Don't forget, after the ball game, Jose will chat with Angels manager Mike Scioscia. We'll have a recap on the Angels Baseball Network for you, and more post-game coverage as well on Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch fouled off on the left side. Jose on the TV post game will be joined by Victor Rojas, who's in town today. Victor nice and casual today, has the shorts on and the flip-flops, so he's ready for a few days here in the Valley.
It's fitting right in.
Yep.
Also, Tim Salmon will be joining us on the set.
Tim Salmon as well.
That's right. The man in uniform, as he is known now on TV.
The man in the uniform.
The man with the uniform.
Wow. Who gave him that little moniker?
Can't stays in the clubhouse.
There you go. What goes on in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse.
Stays in the clubhouse.
There you go. Pitch is fouled off on the left side. This game will also be seen this evening on the MLB Network. The Angels-Dodgers game. It'll be played later tonight.
Your boys in Philly will be watching.
I guess so. Yep, they were checking in yesterday. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, so Calhoun doing a good job. He's battling here. He's worked a full count against the lefty Ledesma.
He stays right in there with that front shoulder. There's key number 1. The less movement you have, the better chance to give yourself against a lefty matchup and picking up the ball. You know you're going to see a slider. Sooner or later, you're going to see that breaking ball.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that one is going to be ball 4. Very good at bat for Calhoun against another left-hander.
Very impressive. Again, laying off the breaking ball because he was landing early and picking up the spin.
So Amarista will be the batter. He's having a good spring. He's homered and driven in 5 runs. He's had 5 hits, hitting .417. So if he could get a ball in the gap here, the Angels could put some numbers on the board, get this thing a little closer. We'll see what happens with 2 outs, runners everywhere, the bases loaded.
Well, the previous lefty saw the ball well. Let's see what this lefty does here in the batter's box.
Here's the pitch. That one is up and in for ball 1.
Ledesma has always been blessed with great arm, but very inconsistent throughout his career. He'll light up the radar gun, but command issues have followed him all the way since his Detroit Tigers days.
This is his 3rd appearance this spring for the Dodgers, and the next pitch, that one missed outside. It's now 2-0. There's no action in the Dodgers bullpen, although they do have some other relievers that they could go to as this game moves on, but right now things quiet in that pen. They have a left-hander, Scott Rice, who made the trip with them today. Also a right-hander, Ryan Tucker. The 2-0 pitch on Amarista. He takes, and that one's in there for a called strike. Infield playing it back with 2 outs. Callaspo, the lead runner at 3rd. The 2-1 pitch. It's skied in the air near the plate. The catcher Bard finds it outside the batter's circle, makes the catch in foul territory, and that's how the inning will end. Well, the Angels had a threat but failed to capitalize here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It ends on a pop out to the catcher. No runs in the inning. A hit, a couple of walks, no errors, and 3 runners left. We're headed to the 8th as we go there. 8-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Eighth inning baseball. Matt Shoemaker is still out on the mound for the Angels. He's pitched a couple of innings, and he's going to pitch a little bit longer in this game.
Yeah, you know, the reason is he's only really at 38 pitches. And as a starter, which he usually is, this is his day to go between 45 and 50. But it does seem, Terry, like his innings have been so long.
Yeah, no doubt. So he's facing Justin Sellers, and the first pitch was a pitch that was in there for a strike. That one was outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Shoemaker faced 7 batters in the 6th inning and 6 batters in the 7th inning, and now he's working here in the 8th as the pitch is fouled off out of play. Angels with a sellout crowd on hand. 3rd one this spring. 9,619. Here comes the next delivery. It's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
So these 2 ball clubs, as Terry mentioned, will meet again on Sunday over at Glendale, Arizona. And then one series we always look forward to is the preseason Freeway Series back home.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball that's hit to the shortstop. Handled by Segura. His throw is in time. He gets Sellers. That's the first out.
So back home, it'll be April 2nd at Angel Stadium, 7:05 game. April 3rd and 4th at Dodger Stadium. And remember, Angels season opener against Kansas City. That's April 6th, a 3-game series against the Royals. Opening night on a Friday, 7:05 start.
This year, the Angels interleague Freeway Series against the Dodgers. Regular season games. They will all be played in the month of June. The 6 meetings, 3 at Dodger Stadium, 3 at the Big A. The first 3 games of the Freeway Series in the regular season will be June 11th, 12th, and 13th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at Dodger Stadium. And then the 2 teams will play later on in June at the Big A on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And that will be a weekend series of Friday through Sunday for the Angels and Dodgers at Angel Stadium.
Yeah, and for years it's been where the Angels have seen the Dodgers early, around late May. And this year for the interleague late May, mid-May series, that'll be the Angels at Petco Park in San Diego, May 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Next pitch, broken bat pop behind second. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Olchin has a hit. That's his second since coming into the ball game.
So the Australian trying to make a move here and find himself a spot on the Dodgers bench. He was a member of the Australian World Baseball Classic team in 2009. Spent some time with the Dodgers also last year.
So at the plate now is Castellanos. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch, he was jammed on that one, and he fouls that one off. Castellanos played his college baseball at Belmont Abbey College in North Carolina. It's a Division II school. Well, if you can play, they'll find you, I guess, Jose.
Hey, if you can play the game and show people who can maybe move up to the next level, yes, they will.
Here's the pitch. He takes that one a little bit low for a ball.
And nowadays, with all these tournaments that are out there and college summer ball programs, it is absolutely a thrill for so many players to be seen at different stages and showcases.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is inside. The Dodger batter right now, one of the better prospects in their organization. He was a 10th round pick in 2008. He was originally signed in the 10th round by the Cardinals. He was a Cardinal draft pick and then came over to the Dodgers organization. 2-2 the count on him. He was part of that Rafael Forcal deal. Two and two as Shoemaker is ready. The next pitch lifted in the air into center field. He put a charge into that one. Chasing after it is Langerhans. He gets twisted around and the ball's over his head. Going into third base is the lead runner. Being waved around is Olchin. He will score, and at third base with the RBI triple is Castellanos, and the Dodgers add on. It's 9-1. That also looks like it's going to be a knockout blow against Matt Shoemaker. Mike Socia is headed out to the mound, and in all likelihood he is going to ask for the baseball. So that'll be it for Shoemaker. We are going to have a pitching change here in Tempe when we get back. Dodgers have scored a run in the 8th. They lead by 8. It's 9-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Angels go to the bullpen and bring in a right-hander, Jeremy Berg, a submariner who's from Ventura. He went to Ventura High School, pitched in AA and AAA last year in the Angels system. He will get ready to work. And the first pitch at sidearm delivery, the submariner misses outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Scott Van Slyke. We'll give you Shoemaker's numbers in just a moment. Berg is the 6th pitcher of the day for the Angels. Next one, and that pitch is on the outside corner, a called strike.
Yeah, Slyke has shown her power last year, not only with the home runs with 20, but 45 doubles. Slugging close to 600.
Here's the next pitch, and he pops it up foul, first base side, circling under behind the coaching box, making the grab as Cantu. So, and out there on Van Slyke, runner holding at third base, and now with 2 outs, De Jesus will bat. Shoemaker worked 2 1/3 innings, giving up 6 hits. Right now, 4 runs, all earned. The runner at third is property. He walked 2, struck out 3, and gave up a home run. Berg between AA and AAA last year, 52 appearances, 3 saves, 3-2 record, 4.52 ERA. Here's the pitch, and that one slings in there a little bit low for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. He's not going to overwhelm you with velocity. His fastball top out around 89. He'll throw a curve and changeup, but he gives you a lot of deception, the submariner. And the next pitch, that is in there for a strike. Kind of reminds you of a little shorter, stockier version of Darren O'Day, the way he slings the ball in there. Next pitch, that one is tipped foul off the mid of the catcher Conger. It's 1-2.
Darren O'Day, one of those pitchers that really opened up a lot of eyes here in spring training a few years back. Made the ball club, but he really has done a good job with the Texas Rangers out of their bullpen.
Here's a pitch that's cut on and missed. He got him with a fastball there, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. Good job by Berg. In the inning, they got the run a little bit earlier against Shoemaker. They had 2 hits, no errors. They leave a runner at third base. Bottom of the 8th is coming up. Dodgers up on the Angels 9-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ryan Langerhans will lead it off for the Angels. Lefty against lefty as he faces Ledesman. The first pitch is in there for a strike. 9 runs, 12 hits for the Dodgers. A run, 6 hits for the Angels. The Angels have never led in this game. In fact, the Dodgers scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning. They have been on top ever since. And on the 0-1 pitch, it's missed for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Langerhans. Jimenez and Deeds will follow for the Angels. Here's the 2-strike pitch. It's popped into shallow center. That's going to find a spot and drop in for a leadoff hit. So on base is Langerhans, and the batter now will be Jimenez.
Well, Langerhans started the spring 0 for 6. He is now 2 for his last 3.
So he is the base runner at first base, and here is Luis Jimenez getting ready to bat. He's gone 3 for 10 this spring with a home run. The pitch. He takes that one for a strike. Around the Cactus League today, Cleveland up on Arizona 3-2 in the 7th inning. Cubs have a 7-6 lead against the Reds in the 7th. Another home run for Alfonso Soriano, his 4th this spring for the Cubs. Here's the pitch, and that one is lifted foul, hit well, but way foul down the left side by Jimenez. Seattle with a 6-3 lead against Texas in the 8th inning. Nelson Cruz and David Murphy have each hit their first home runs this spring for Texas. Oakland 7-4 lead against the White Sox in the 6th inning. The pitch lifted in the air into center field, circling under and waiting. Putting it away is Olchin, and that's the first out. Rockies beating up on the Padres 11-2 in the 7th, and the Giants had a 2-1 victory against the Royals today. Tim Lincecum went 4 innings for San Francisco, giving up a hit, a run. He struck out 4. In the Grapefruit League, Phillies beat the Pirates 4-1. Jimmy Rollins hit his first home run for the Phillies. The Cardinals split squad beat Atlanta 5-4. The other Cardinals split squad lost to Washington 8-4 as Zimmerman homered for Washington, his 2nd this spring. In 10 innings, the Mets and the Tigers played to a 7-7 tie. The pitch, that one is cut on and missed. That tie between the Mets and Tigers, a ball game that saw them each score runs in the 10th inning, but they didn't go beyond that point. Here's the pitch, and that one is up and in on Deeds. Backs him off the plate. 2-1 to count.
Turning some mixed news coming out of Mets camp is that Johan Santana, lefty, continues to progress for major arm injury, but David Wright still bothered by an injury on his side. It's really set him back.
That pitch is fouled back.
And they desperately need David Wright in that lineup.
Yeah, the Mets can't ill afford to see him miss much time. They have enough issues offensively as it is. Minnesota beat Tampa Bay in 10 innings 2-1. Toronto beat Baltimore 4-1. Deeds fouling went back to the screen. And it was Boston beating the Miami Marlins 5-3. A game that went 10 innings. In this one, it's 9-1 Dodgers. Angels are batting in the bottom of the 8th. What a difference a day makes here at Tempe Diablo. Yesterday, the Angels had 20 hits and won 17-2. Pitch again fouled off by Deeds, backing out of play. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, our producer engineer, Darren Chan, our producer director on Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West, John Gonzalez. The pitch popped up third base side. The third baseman has a play, and making the catch and then flipping into the photo well is Ivan De Jesus Jr.
Goodness.
I think he's okay, but man, oh man, that was a bit scary over there. What a play he just made.
It didn't seem like he had that much momentum, and he was just going to lean and hold, but as he hits it, His upper body weight just says, wait a minute, we're going to keep going here.
Wow, that was a somersault right into the photo well, as it turned out, but he appears to be all right over there at third base.
Thankfully, no injury to talk about. He's a good gymnast.
Yes, he is. The judges are giving him a 9.6 on that one.
For Puerto Rico.
That's right. 2 outs. Callaspo batting, switch hitter batting right, and the pitch a strike on the outside corner. Langerhans on at second base, and the pitch on its way, and that one is a pitch that's outside. Langerhans was able to tag up on that play by DeJesus. Here's the next pitch on Callaspo. He looks one over, and that is a called strike.
Callaspo came in and hit for Bobby Abreu in the 7th inning and continued on what he has started this spring, which is hit. So far, 7 for 14 for Little Albert, as they call him now.
Next pitch, high and away. 2-2.
No guessing who Big Albert is.
I don't think there's any doubt. Even though he's a new guy on the Angel roster, I think we know who you're talking about. Segura would be up next. The left-hander's pitch on Callaspo, and he fooled him right there. Took something off that pitch, struck him out swinging, and that'll end the inning. Angels fail to score, get a hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. The Angels in today's ball game have left a total of 8 on through 8. We're headed to the 9th, and it's all Dodgers. They lead the Angels 9-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Michael Kahn is the new pitcher for the Angels. And for Kahn, he becomes pitcher number 7 of the day. We've seen Weaver, Taylor, Takahashi, Jepson, Shoemaker, Berg, and now Kahn. Jeremy Berg got the last 2 outs, retiring 2 in a row with a strikeout. So Michael Kahn will take over. Gorman Erickson is going to pinch hit. He is a switch hitter. He'll bat from the left side. He's a Pretty big guy as he digs in. First time we've seen him today, and that pitch is in there for a strike.
There's a lot of size between Erickson and Van Slyke. Harang and Weaver started this game.
Yeah. .6'4", 220-pounder. Erickson, the batter, checks the swing. They say he went around. He played in A and AA last year in the Dodgers organization. San Diego native. '15th round pick in 2006. Here's the next pitch, the 0-2. Kahn misses low and inside. In the minors last year, Erickson hit 13 homers, drove in 66 runs. Here's the next pitch. Lifted in the air into left field. He's going to get a pinch hit single. So Erickson is aboard, went the opposite way, batting for Corey Sullivan. And Josh Bard will be the next batter, the Dodger catcher.
It's a nice piece of hitting. Took that fastball away that was tailing from Michael Kahn and slapped it the other way with some authority.
So here's Bard, who lined out to first base his first time up. Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled off over by the Dodger dugout on the third base side.
Josh Bard, earlier in his career, was slated as the future catcher of the Cleveland Indians. But then came a guy named Victor Martinez. And injuries got a hold of Josh Bard, and Victor became a star player. And Bard has been bouncing around ever since. Still a pretty solid receiver.
Pitch on its way. That one skips off the mound. It's stopped nicely by Segura. Second for one. Relay a double play. Boy, that was nicely done by those young middle infielders for the Angels. When that ball got near the mound, it looked like it had a chance to skip on through into center, and the Angels turn it into a twin killing. Two are gone.
Excellent job. He got a piece of Michael Kahn, too, and Segura kept his momentum towards the bag and towards center field, but found the ball a little easier once it was deflected. Perfect feed and nice throw by Amarista with a strong arm at second base.
Jeff Paisley will be the next batter. Paisley struck out his first time up. Kahn, who's working for the Angels, we've seen him a little bit so far this spring. And this appearance for Michael Kahn is third. He's pitched a couple of scoreless innings. He gets Paisley to sky one on the first base side. Cantu straddling the line in fair territory, makes the catch just about 10 or 12 feet behind the first base bag, and that will end the inning. Here in the Dodgers' ninth, no runs. They had a leadoff hit. No errors, nobody left. The bottom of the ninth is coming up. The Angels are down 9-1 here in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West. Well, the Angels have 3 more outs remaining, and they need to have a monster bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 9-1. There's a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Dodgers, and they have brought a left-hander into the game. His name is Scott Rice. Gene Segura will be the first batter to face Rice, a pitcher who has logged a long time in the minors. Scott Rice. This is going to be his 3rd appearance for the Dodgers this spring. He has a couple of scoreless innings and has 4 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. First pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. Segura, Conger, and Cantu, the bottom 3rd of the Angels batting order. Pitch on its way, popped in the air into right center field. Circling under is Castellanos, and he will put it away for the first out. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. Conger will bat. He's walked his only time up. Mentioned Rice, longtime pitcher in the minors, and that goes back to 1999 when he broke into pro ball in the Orioles organization. He's pitched in independent ball as well. Been in a lot of different organizations. Pitched at AA Chattanooga last season. He's from Simi Valley and had one of his best seasons in his 13-year professional career last year, pitching in AA. Had a 1.95 ERA. He's never pitched in the big leagues. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. And he's fallen behind on Conger. It's now 3-0. Rice is set, and the next pitch. That one is in there for a called strike. Rice is a big lefty, 6'6", 220-pounder. Graduated from Royal High School. And the pitch grounded on the third base side, out of the reach of the third baseman to Jesus, and down into left field it rolls. Conger is on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. That ball just out of the reach of the third baseman to Jesus, who tried to make a diving stab of it. So the Angels have hit number 8. Cantu will be the next batter. Rice, who's pitching, he replaces Wilfredo Ledesma, who worked an inning and a third. And along the way, he gave up 1 hit, did not allow any runs. He walked 1 and struck out 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Cantu. The pitch, ground ball hit on the left side. The shortstop has only 1 play. The throw to first is in time to get Cantu, as Zawatsky gets it over to Baisley, and that's out number 2. On the play, Conger moves up to second. He's there with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Jose is headed downstairs to get ready to chat with Angels manager Mike Scioscia. We'll get some of his thoughts on today's ball game. Jared Weaver started the game for the Angels and did not get out of the 2nd inning. He went an inning and 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, walked a couple while striking out 3. Weaver threw something like 35 pitches in the 1st inning today. And there's a pitch in there for a strike on Calhoun. 0-1 the count. And the next pitch, that one is low. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Here's the next pitch. Big cut and a miss. We've talked about Calhoun, the young player who played in the Cal League last year at Inland Empire, and it seems like every time he bats, he's facing a left-hander. He's a left-handed batter, and he's more than held his own this spring for the Angels. Here's the 1-2. He chops that one on the first base side. It's right by the bag and fielded in foul ground by Baisley, the first baseman. He was hugging the line for a while, but right near first base, went foul. Fans, the Angels have just released exclusive club-level season seats. These padded and spacious seats are a great way to take in the action. Seats include access to the Knothole restaurant and exclusive club-level amenities. To purchase these great seats, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com. Don't forget, opening day at the Big A, Friday, April the 6th against Kansas City. Here's the 1-2 on Calhoun. This one is chopped fair on the first base side. Baisley has it, flips to the pitcher, and Rice easily beats Calhoun to the bag. The ball game is over. It ends on a 3-1 ground out. Here in the bottom of the ninth, no runs. The Angels had a hit, no errors, and the Angels end up leaving one runner on base. The Dodgers win the first meeting this spring against the Angels 9-1. A ball game where the Angels got behind early today and were unable to do a whole lot in trying to mount a comeback this afternoon here against the Dodgers. Again, these two teams will be back in action against each other on Sunday. And of course, we'll have 3 games against each other in the exhibition freeway series on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of April, with the game on the 2nd of Monday at the Big A, and then a pair of games, Angels and the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium in exhibition play on the 3rd and 4th of Tuesday and Wednesday. Mike Scioscia will be joining Jose Mota shortly, and then we'll also have a further recap of this game for you on the radio side. If you're watching on Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West after our interview with Mike Scioscia, Jose will be joined by Tim Salmon and also Victor Rojas for a more post-game coverage on Fox Sports West. Mike Scioscia, before he joins Jose, chatting a little bit with some of the coaches for the Dodgers. Of course, Mike obviously has the tie-in as a player to the Dodger organization, and having a chance to see some old friends here for the first time this spring. Angels in today's ball game used a total of 7 pitchers, with Weaver, Taylor, Takahashi, Jepson, Shoemaker, Berg, and Kahn all seeing action on the hill for the Angels. Angels checked on just 1 run, 8 hits in this ball game after yesterday having the big offensive day here in Tempe, with the Angels putting a 17 spot on the board and also coming up with 20 hits in that victory against the Cleveland Indians. Hope you enjoyed our coverage of Angels baseball here as the Angels fall today to the Dodgers, dropping it again by the final score of 9-1. Let's go down to Jose Mota and Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Mike, as we evaluate, first of all, performance by Jordan Weaver, 35-plus pitches in the early going. How do you see the ball coming out of his hand today?
Well, it was coming out fine. His command was a little bit off. And, he got a little tired as his outing went on. But he felt great at the end, just a little bit gassed from throwing so many pitches in 2 innings. But he's, he'll bounce back. He'll get it going.
How important is it to see also the testing that's been going on with Mark Trumbo as he gets more repetitions at third base?
Well, Mark's looked fine. He just got a little flat-footed on 1 ground ball today. Came in and on the bunt that Gordon let down to let off the game with, and just missed getting him. Looked good on that play. It's a work in progress. We have to keep going, and he's going to work hard, and he'll get better as the spring goes on.
We know how hard you work and how much pride you take in your middle infielders and the speed of the game. The double play turn by Segura and Amarista, you got to be pretty pleased about that. How did that happen?
Well, there are our guys down on the back fields, and we do that every day. And those guys made a nice turn earlier in the game. Alexia took his ball off of 1 feed and tried to turn it too quick and missed it. But those 2 kids, they love to play the game. They love to practice, and they made a heck of a play there late in the game.
Han Conger getting a lot of playing time, getting some results with the bats, getting more at bats from the right side. How is that coming along?
Well, his right-handed swing looks as good as we've seen it, and that's encouraging. But he's getting settled in. We need him to swing that bat, especially from the left side. He's going to get a lot of looks this spring.
Mike, thank you very much.
All right, Jose, thank you.
Terry, all yours.
It's Jose Mota and Angels manager Mike Scioscia. Again, the final score today from Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Dodgers over the Angels 9-1. For those of you watching on Diablo Vision, Jose, Tim Salmon, and Victor Rojas will have a lot more post-game analysis. And on the radio side, we'll have more from Tempe as well. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Diablo Vision on Fox Sports West.